Welcome to How to Save Your Marriage with Nicola Beer, a full show of tips and practical strategies to repair, rebuild, and strengthen your relationship. If you are currently stuck, wondering if your marriage can be saved, or you know you want to save it but don't know how to go about changing it, this show is for you. To book your free marriage strategy session with Nicola, get the free marriage ebook or donate. If you are enjoying the show and want to help keep it flowing, visit www.nicolabeer.com.
Hi and welcome, this is Nicola Beer and you are listening to an episode today on perfectionism. And I'm so happy you are here because perfectionism is something that a lot of people suffer with. So this episode is dedicated to you if you are a perfectionist and it is ruining your relationship or affecting it in a negative way. Perhaps you're criticising, perhaps you're judging. I'm going to cover all of that in this episode. And I'm also going to look at what you can do to stop any perfectionism from hurting your relationship. If you're married to a perfectionist, then you might find this episode interesting because it's going to give tools, and it may be you're both perfectionists. And then maybe you can listen to this together and set some actions and have a discussion point around this episode. And if neither of you are a perfectionist, brilliant, awesome. You may listen to this because you may know other people in your life who are perfectionists, and you might want to give them some advice or tips or just really learn a bit more about it. So whatever your reason for listening, just wanted to let you know that it's really to help people who suffer from perfectionism. And I used to suffer from perfectionism. I used to always expect such high standards of myself. And I still do to some extent. Yeah, I used to take it to the extreme. I used to take my perfectionism to the extreme where I would push myself. I would push myself in work where I'd be working late every night, often a day on the weekend, so like 6 days a week, often at night. I would push myself no matter how much I achieved for my company. I would always expect myself to be more. I was the highest in my office of 50 for 2 years, and I still wanted to be hard, do more and be better. I got into running, this is about 4 or 5 years ago. I started running and I started doing half marathons, and I was running every other day. And no matter how long I ran for or how fast I got and how much better I was improving, I always wanted myself to do more. I was like pushing and pushing and pushing. And this really, in the end, really hurt me. It hurt me physically because my ankles and my body was just like, whoa, what are you doing? It hurt me mentally because after achieving in my career, making some money, getting the recognition, doing this running, I hit a point where I thought, is this all there is? And it also affected my relationship. It affected my relationship because I would go to bed early so I could get up early to exercise. I wouldn't be around in the evenings because I'd be working. The weekend was broken up between me going in the office to clear my emails and to get things done. So actually, I had a negative impact on my connection with my boyfriend. We weren't connected, and this was because my drive. And if I didn't do the things that I felt that I needed to be doing, when I was in their company, I was annoyed at myself, I was miserable, I was attacking myself. I couldn't fully enjoy being in the moment, doing nothing, being with them, because I had this nagging voice in my head wanting me to do all these other things to achieve all these other things. So if this is you, please listen in. And if this isn't you, but you know someone that is like this, then maybe you want to share it with them, or maybe you're going to listen to it and guide them and give them some help. So perfectionism is designed, or defined, should I say, as a disposition to disregard anything short of perfection as unacceptable. It's something that some of us will hate and some of us will love. If you're an employer, for example, then a perfectionist employee will often work harder than most, as they will strive for perfection. However, if you are a lover or a partner of a perfectionist, it might not go down well, as their drive for perfectionism is far from realistic in any romantic relationship. From the boardroom to the bedroom, extreme perfectionism is not healthy. It can destroy relationships and potentially cause burnout and high, unnecessary levels of stress. It's one thing to limit your perfectionism to just one part of your world, like your work goals, but too often it can spill over into all areas of your life. So for me, it was really definitely my work and my exercise and my eating. It affected me in all these areas. I had to be perfect also socially. And a lot of people struggle in their marriages because they expect that perfect marriage, that perfect partner, that we're sold. We're sold this in the media. And of course, it's an illusion. Why is it an illusion? Because nobody's perfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. So if you're a perfectionist, here's what you can do to make it work in your favour and avoid the potential pitfalls along the way. The first is to compartmentalise